Welcome everyone to another one of our webinars. We're starting right on time. It's 2 o'clock. Actually, it's 2:01, but almost on time. I want to welcome our YouTube visitors. We're going, as always, live on YouTube at the same time as we're live on Zoom. I have our screen up here. This is yet another one of our live webinars / workshop. This one, I'm personally really excited about this one. It's all about integration. And I think this is where PPM Express really shines. I mean, you're going to see in a moment of how many, tools it actually integrates so you're able to really manage your whole portfolio, manage programs, projects. And again, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves because Alex is here. He's going to really show us how the integration works. I just want to go through several housekeeping items. As you know, as I said, we are live on YouTube. So if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe, because the whole webinar series that we have here, as you can see right now, we're doing integration. Then we have resource management and many other ones coming up all the way through November 2nd. If you haven't registered to them all, you can certainly go to our workshop page here and register to them all. Now, if you miss something on the same page, all the replay links are here. So all these are uploaded to our YouTube channel, and you can go ahead and replay them there at your convenience. And also one other thing that we offer, and I'll put all these links into the chat, is we offer for all of our webinar attendees, participants, we always offer a free trial of the PPM Express tool. But for those of you who are attending the webinar series, we're actually offering an extended trial running all the way to November 2nd. And again, I'll post this link into the chat. You simply click on this link and you can go ahead and activate it. There's absolutely no payment necessary, no credit cards. We don't do that. Use your Office 365 credentials, your Google credentials, or simply any other email. You can use it, log in, and you'll be you'll be taken right into the environment, absolutely the same as a paid one. There's no difference between trial and a paid one. Full functionality, and then you can follow us along. So anyway, without further ado, I would like to hand this over to Alex. So we'll go over all the great features about PPM integration in PPM Express. Alex, it's all yours.
All right. Well, thanks, Yuri. Thanks everybody for joining us today. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching us on YouTube. We are excited to showcase some of these capabilities here. I'm going to start sharing my screen. And if I do that, I'm going to. There you go. The theme of today's webinar is integration. So I'd like to start from where actually Yuri just left, which is this login screen. And we have been Microsoft partner, Microsoft Gold partner for many years. We work closely with Microsoft also, and there are a lot of these integrations are with Microsoft. So you can start with integration with Office 365 authentication. So you don't need to really have a separate login to this tool. You come into the PPM Express housekeeping question. I'm not sharing, right?
Yeah, you make sure you're sharing. I believe you are sharing. Yep, now you're sharing.
All right. Yeah. So so here's what you see. There's a login screen, and right there we're authenticating through with the Office 365. I don't need to really put any additional credentials. This is my Office 365 Microsoft credentials. And I'm put my corporate email here, get authenticated right away, and right there, I'm single signed in to the application. This is extremely usable, extremely comfortable to use it. We also integrate things like Active Directory, all the users we can be synchronized and things like that. So from that perspective, this is very close integration. But this is something that all the other tools also do. As far as project management and PPM Express specifically, I'd like to start pointing out on some of the integrations with actual project and project data. We call project data everything related to projects. We start with portfolios, programs, projects, and specifically, if you look at projects, we have all sorts of data. We have like KPIs, we have some dates, we have some milestones, on and on and on. I'm not going to go through like all of this as far as like the basics of project management within PPM Express, but I'm going to go through go to is the actual integration piece. So and I do have this list of projects, and if you notice that there's linked systems here. So linked system would actually tell you the amount of different systems that the system is linked to, right? And here we have things like some of these projects are linked to nothing, right? Like this one that doesn't link to anything, but this one is linked to Azure DevOps. This one is linked to Project Online, and you can kind of see which projects are linked to what, right? I have this one project that I have specifically prepped for this webinar, and this project is basically linked to a bunch of things. Let me actually go back for a second. I'm going to go back for a second. Open this one project that doesn't link to that is not linked to anything, right? So this one hasn't been linked to anything, and the way I see this is by little like what is it? The link icon, and this link is basically telling me the things systems I can link. I can link it, right? And I can just point to a file and then just quickly get to that file if I want to have the file to be part of this project. I can link to Azure DevOps. I can link to Jira. I can link to Planner. I can link to Project Online. I can link to Monday.com. This is as far as what I can link as far as project data to my project. We're going to dive into each of these very, very specifically during this webinar, but this is the scope of our links that we have out of the box available. We can also link anything else basically that does have APIs available, because this is very RESTful, API-based integration, and we can link basically with other systems. We have cases where we had linked with SAP, we had linked with ServiceNow, we had linked with other systems, financial and whatnot. So this is as far as project data, which is project tasks, activities, backlogs, things that we need to do as far as our schedule for the project. Here's another tab here, which is basically like a work, work together. It's basically pinpointing this project to a basically extended collaboration space. Like, for example, we may have a space, a SharePoint link for this project that we exchange some additional information, right? We may have a special channel on our Teams where we keep the information, keep files, keep communications, announcements, and things like that. So you can basically organize everything together under one umbrella, as well as a link to our timekeeping system. So where we can book time against certain projects. This will feed that project back to feed that timekeeping actual hours information back to that project specifically. So and this is the example where I didn't have anything linked up. I didn't want to spend too much time on my linking everything, but I will show you how it is actually easy to do. And in this case, you can see there's a bunch of these things that are already been linked. And you can see even some heads up as far as statistics. Oh, I have 1 out of 5 completed. I have 1 out of 6 completed. I have 2 out of 7 completed. So you can, if your teams are working on different environments and you have a big project going on, some teams are working in Jira, some teams are working in Azure DevOps, some executive teams usually are working in Planner or something. You can quickly get to your teams, etc., etc. We're going to go through all of this, hopefully in a greater detail. So here we go. So first of all, I just want to click on this again. Click on this link icon here and see that each of these integration points are checked. In your case, you may have only integration with one of these systems, but for the purpose of this webinar, we're showing like all of them here. So once you link a file, so basically this is a cloud location of a file where you can bring your schedule. Let's say you keep your schedule offline in a shared folder, shared drive, OneDrive, S3 bucket, whatever. You can just put the link in there, and you can quickly get to this file. If I click on it, which is this link here, right? If I click on it, it will get me to that file. I don't think I have permissions to access that file, which is also a security precaution, but you can have access to that file. Now, you also have option to link to Azure DevOps. So let's look at that. So Azure DevOps, so we have our connection to the Azure DevOps. There's a specific environment that we have on Azure DevOps, and then we have a specific project over there, which is already linked. It's already linked to Azure DevOps. So if I click on it, it will land me on that specific Azure DevOps project. And if I look at the boards, I can look at all these items here. And if I look at the build test tables, and yada yada yada, all these tasks will be actually shown on my schedule over here in my schedule section, to which actually I'm going to go to right now in order to prove that I'm actually showing you Azure DevOps. So if I click on Azure DevOps here, so you can see all the systems we have integrated with, and the integration happened through me doing, maybe spending 15-20 minutes setting up all those integrations. That's very, very easy to do. If I click on this schedule first, right, and then look at the things that are coming from Azure DevOps, I can scroll down and see all these items that are coming from Azure DevOps. So these items are exactly the items that are coming from Azure DevOps. So and this is top. If I look at the backlog, say I'd like to look at all epics or all tasks, right? Test tables, test views, test. There you go, right? Those tasks that we saw over there. This is exactly what this is, right? And something is to do, doing, things like that. And as soon as I update one of these, it will be completed. I think one of these is completed. So that's also the option to see, the epics from that project. I don't have any epics to show specifically here, but I can switch to features. I can switch to all different items that I pull in from the Azure DevOps. So here, here's all the tasks or the top level items. That would be like the sprints and there go the sprints, which is a higher level items here. All right. So moving along to the next one, we skip kind of this Jira one. So if I do click on the Jira, I would see the items that I'm bringing in from Jira, right? And I can either go to this link on top to actually get there, which I'm gonna click and do, and I'm gonna get to that linked project, and I have just create a new. Let me just move open the backlog and add a new one and say webinar task to complete today on 8/24/2022. And this is just a date for us to see. So if I go back, I can either look at the list of all these tasks here, right? Or just gonna click on foot. It takes about a minute or so to kind of fully get in. I can either go to the actual environment by clicking on any of these links, or if I am in one of this moving down to one of these items here, if you look at these icons of Jira, this will get me to that specific Jira item right when I click on it, for the build test environment. That's exactly the link that I just clicked, and you can see that this is status is NA. When I refresh this, should be able to see my new task. There it goes. So the webinar task to complete. So it shows up here. So what I needed to do here is to come here, click on just Jira, set up the environment, specify the environment I'm going to be working with, pick the project, and say import all the sprints, and say link to project. I can delink the project, remove the link, and link it to something else. But the good part is that when I do link to Jira or any of these items, that becomes part of the overall data set for the PPM Express as a whole, from which I can start running reports and merging this information and rolling up this information from Jira, from other systems, up to one project. In this case, it's called Agile Project Integration with Modern Project Platform. That's just the name of the project. Okay, so we went through the Azure DevOps. We went through the Jira. Actually, if you may be asking, like, what is this Manage PPM Express task? These are basically default tasks that I can just create, by typing tasks in line here, right? I can just quickly add tasks, and this is my way of moving, creating tasks the way I see fit. I can move them along here. This is just a manual way of creating these tasks. This menu will just get back into the overall project information. And again, if I go back to my schedule, which is here, I can now start seeing those items. So we went through the default method of adding tasks from Jira, and activities from Jira, and activities from DevOps. The same exact way, if you click on this planner link, we will see all the items from planner, right? And if I would click on the planner link on top here, I would see 1 out of 5. And you can see that this one done, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of them, and 1 is done. And I can also see this in an actual planner by clicking on that planner, right? Link. If I click on the planner link, this will get me to the actual planner. There you go. There are these 5. You know what? In this case, I have actually done everything. I've done everything. Let me just actually update this here and see how this will actually get back to my to the project here. The reason I'm clicking here is because I don't want to show this and have these items to show up in here quickly. So again, this may take a minute or so, but we're gonna get back. There it goes. So they're already done, right? So you can see how quickly those updates travel all the way to the PPM Express from Planner. So that was Planner. The same thing, we have the modern and new Monday.com. Okay, so Monday.com, same concept. Whatever I have in Monday.com right now for this project specifically, and I can show you how I pull this up, how I configure it. So basically, I go to the configuration, link it to Monday.com, tell which link I should use for Monday.com, tell which workspace and what board I should use in Monday.com, and that's it. I do that, and all these items from PMO board, from Monday.com, will travel all the way here, same way like Planner did. And if I do click on that Monday.com link, it will get me to that Monday.com environment. And let me just say, add an item, webinar, item number 2, item 2, right? I can add that. I can say this is stuck. or maybe not stuck. Maybe this is working on it, right? Again, going back here, refreshing this will take a minute, as I said. I'll just push this button to refresh, enforce the thing to happen. And there you go, webinar item 2, right? See, it came right up, and we can even see that webinar item 2, 0% complete. So some of this additional information is also coming in, right? And that's for that very specific project. So, and last but not least, good old project online, right? If you do have project online going on, and people manage projects in MS Project, which, believe it or not, there's still a lot of cases out there that people do manage project in MS Project, especially complex construction, industrial automation type of projects. Those are going on in MS Project. So this is a reflection of the actual schedule within actual Microsoft Project. Right, and obviously by following the same concept, if I do click on that link, I will be able to land on that schedule. So this is the actual schedule in MS Project that was one-to-one, exactly 100% brought over to PPM Express. Isn't it amazing? I think it's amazing. So you can also even see this in the Gantt chart. And you can, basically keep managing your project in MS Project by updating percent completes and whatnot, and keeping this updated, which will always be traveling and synchronized with this information here. Also here we have other items that you have a little bit more links here. If I click on this time, you'll see that we also have a timekeeping system, and we have a lot of questions like, can we link this up to any other time sheeting system? We can link this up to any time sheeting system. One is that I have booked, let's just say I'm going to book, 3 hours today, and today is going to be the 24th. Save 3 hours. That would be my August hour. That would be my hour in August 24th, which is basically this week. There you go. Here's this 3 hours here. I just booked 3 hours. If I go back to my schedule, I can look at my time, which is basically will tell me that Alex just booked. Alex booked some hours in August, right? I don't have it here yet. I'm going to refresh this. Go to time again. Maybe I would need to just force the calculations to happen. And go into time. Agile project. Yeah, I got some communication. Refresh connection. Sometimes it needs me to re-authenticate. This is just from the time sheeting system. So hopefully that would work. Apologies. All right. We're gonna wait until this August hours would come in, but you would see that all the hours booked for this project will show up here. Also, in this case, we have things like Teams. If I click on the Teams, it will. I don't want to launch my Teams, which is my corporate Teams, but this is a demo environment. And I cancel here and use the web instead. So this will land me on a Teams channel that was designed to work on dedicated for this project. So if I need any time I need to I don't need to search for which team, which channel. Nowadays, these teams and these channels are hundreds and hundreds of them, and people start creating these channels left and right. So if I know that there's one channel for this project, I click on it. I can specify which one is it by configuring this, right? If I go here, I can tell which team and this team, this channel is dedicated for this project. So I can always go back here and I can see, I can look at files that I have for this channel, and I can see some posts that I see in this channel. By the way, there's like quite a bit of a automatic post would come in from the actual PPM Expresses. There are some kind of announcements going on. The same I would link to the time which I just showed, and go check if those August hours actually went in, and also link into a SharePoint like a team site, which is this. If I click on that team site, it will land me on that site that is specifically designed, for this project, or have been used for this project in this case. All right. So not to say that there's a lot of opportunities to create, additional items and systems. And in this case, let me unlink a few so I can show you how quickly we can add this item. So let me unlink some of these. I'm going to unlink, delete the link from here. I'm going to delete the link from. I'm going to delete the link for the planner. I'm going to delete the link for monday.com. I'm going to delete the link for Project Online. And you can see if as soon as I delete these links, I go to the schedule, I'm down to like basic tasks that I create manually and tasks that I feed from Azure DevOps. So I deleted everything except Azure DevOps, and the rest of this are links to all shared spaces that I use in this project. Now, if I go back and decided to see the check is only here, let me link Jira. I already have established connection. I need to do it once. I can pick the project from. I'm going to pick another project from Jira. It's a import sprints, import all the boards. I want to link or not to link epics, and say a link. Okay, so I'm going to kick off this, if I refresh, basically if I just simply refresh this, there you go. I now have Jira, and if I click on this Jira, I just pulled up all the items from that Jira project right there. Let me add, say, planner. I have a connection. I can pick the plan that is available to me. I can pick that plan that is available to me, link the plan. This is as easy as this. I'm really not doing anything else. Let me link Project Online. I have the connection. I may actually have many different Project Online instances I can link to. I'm going to choose this connection. I'm going to choose this project. I'm going to link this project. It's all live feed from that environment and show me the list of all these projects from that Project Online environment. And let me finally link monday.com. I already have monday.com. I can actually specify many different instances that I need to, I can connect to different monday.coms. That's probably an interesting case, but still you can do that. And then pick the workspace at monday.com, and then pick the board on monday.com to which you want to link to, and then link the board. That's it. And that added the monday.com to my project. I may just refresh this so the actual items would come up. There you go. Items just came up. And that's basically in a nutshell how we do this. And then the same thing I would do if we were to remove this associations with the teams, with Office 365 team and the timekeeping system. I think I have exhausted my time, and if you have any questions, please do ask.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you, Alex. I think we're right on time. Just want to mention, another integration is huge, and as you can see, lots and lots of integrations. But the other big piece of it is the reporting. The reason why, you want to integrate everything so you can obviously report. So lots of Power BI reports. Once integrated, you can go ahead and use that. We have many available for you.
Right, and thanks for mentioning that. I totally forgot to bring up these reports. We have ton and ton of different reports. All of these reports are part of the solution, so you become available. Those reports become available to you. You may charge your Power BI teams to start utilizing this data set that will be provided. And this data set, one thing to mention, this data set, as soon as you integrate all of these things or some of these things into Project Online, into the PPM Express, those items, all these items here, the stuff from Project Online, the items from Planner, from Jira, from the Azure DevOps, from the native tasks, Monday.com, all of it become part of the data set from which you would be able to run the Power BI reports. And that becomes your organizational data set from which you can start developing analytics, reports for PMs, reports for portfolio managers, reports for program managers, risk managers, and things like that. All right.
Again, if you need to find out more, all the information is in the chat. It's also going to be on YouTube in the show notes. You could schedule a personalized demo. We can actually talk about some, things like hackathons or proof of concept based on your particular use case. There are links in the chat for that, links in the chat for the workshops, for the replays, for free trial activation. It's all there. And of course, if there's any questions, you can email us directly at info@trusteditgroup.com. And so thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks, same time, same station.